welcome to Real Frank Movie Reviews. In this episode, we review the new movie Equalizer 3. How many people does Robert McCall kill in this one? Do you think he likes turkey sandwiches? Poor Robert McCall. All he wants to do is relax, enjoy life, but they always pull it back in. Does Denzel really know how to speak Italian? Where does this movie rank with the other two? Denzel Washington and Dakota Fanning reunite for the first time in 20 plus years. Does she still remember him? We're getting into all of that next.
Real Frank.
All right, let's get right into it. So here's Equalizer 3, supposedly the last movie in this franchise at this time. Robert McCall finds himself at home in southern Italy, but he discovers his friends are under the control of local crime bosses. As events turn deadly, McCall knows what he has to do, becomes his friend's protector by taking on the mafia, the mafioso. Denzel says, welcome. So the way this movie starts off is awesome. You approach this compound here and some guy pulls up. He's got a son in his car and you see all these bodies. As the camera's moving around, you see these very detailed, grotesque situations. Denzel's got his eye on you. One of the interesting things in this movie is that Dakota Fanning is also in it. She plays a particular agent that works for the CIA. I think it's something like the financial criminal division. Denzel informs the CIA what he's come across anonymously, of course. End of the movie, we kind of find out why she was the chosen one that he chose to reach out. And in this scene is where they meet up for the first time. Dakota Fanning and Denzel worked together in Man on Fire that was released all the way back in 2004. She was such a young child and now she's all grown up and here they are working together again. Now, the interesting thing for me was I truly think Dakota's acting in this movie, she did a far better job acting in Man on Fire when she was, how old she is there? 4, 5, 6, I don't know. Was awesome in that movie. Here, I'm just like, hey, is this the same Dakota Fanning? It's like her acting chops have deteriorated compared to what she was when she was a child. It's very strange. Never seen anything like that. You figure with all the years of acting behind her, she'd be a far superior actress, but I just wasn't feeling it in this movie with this character. Now, Roberto's how he's referred to in Italy, because that's where he's at. Adapting very well and feeling very comfortable, and he feels like he's at peace, and he's finally found his outlet, his safe place, and this is where he's gonna live, and this is gonna be a wonderful life going forward. And he meets a family, and they love him. They love him in Italy. He is a national treasure there. Even the little kids love him. Aww. Henchmen. And pretty soon, all the tranquility is gone. The mafioso wants this town and starts berating people there with violence. This guy had the worst luck in this movie. It seemed like the mafioso loved picking on this guy. This guy takes like beatings throughout this entire film. It's like whenever something violent was gonna happen, this guy was a part of it. He's getting picked on in the beginning, the middle, and the end. This poor guy. I don't know why they didn't use any of the other villagers. Why are they picking on this guy? And he's a cop, by the way. He's a really nice guy. He really did some good things for Roberto, and they won't leave him alone. Dude, there's like a whole village of people. You know, pick another guy. This poor man. Make an example of someone else. He's not gonna make it through the movie. You keep picking on him. This guy here, he's the big boss, the capo of the family. Really, really bad guy. This guy is the bad guy's brother. At this point in the movie, Denzel can no longer sit on the outside and look away. He has to get involved. The head bad guy is really mad. Let's give him a hand. Now there's a scene at the big bad guy's house, the capo, head mafia boss, where he has a machine gun and he's shooting and he's yelling. This scene was very reminiscent to me in Scarface. I could see the similarity, so maybe this was a tribute to Scarface. Oh look, Denzel's tired and taking a nap. One of the things that really bothered me in this movie is when they spoke. They are in Italy. So when Denzel speaks, he knows Italian in this particular movie, and he's in this village. Whenever he talks, or he talks to anybody, there's a lot of subtitles, which is fine, right? But it's weird. They would be in the middle of a conversation and they're talking Italian, all of a sudden they're switching to English. And then the conversation is finished in English, or vice versa. They start the conversation in English and they finish it off in Italian. It's very odd. Like, if you were in a true town like that, you're either going to talk to the person all in English or all in Italian, or maybe a few words here and there, English and Italian. Not stop in the middle of the conversation and switch languages. I didn't understand that part, and it became quite comical to me. It's like they couldn't have one full conversation in one type of language. And it became very distracted to me. I commit to a single language through this movie. Commit, go either full Italian with subtitles, go all English, or do the conversation all Italian. The next conversation you do English, or change a word here or there, English or Italian, not keep splitting it up. Now, another odd thing too was the bad guy's crew had all these big cars in his little caravan, his little entourage, like these big SUVs. He had a Ferrari. Now, if anyone's ever been to Italy, the streets are so narrow. They have all these tiny cars, like these Fiats and these Vespas. You did see a few Vespas in this movie. I know the reason for the big cars to show a way of power in the movie, but realistically, he has a whole entourage of these big cars that it'd be so hard to maneuver, especially in this town. In this film was in the mountains, on the coast. How are you going to navigate these big cars when there's not a lot of space? So I didn't quite understand the necessity other than to show power. I did enjoy this movie, and I have enjoyed this trilogy, this franchise. To me, it's refreshing going back to kind of old school movies where we had a bad guy, or we had a group of bad guys, and we had one guy that gave us hope. I miss those type of movies. Lately, everything has been these superhero movies, these multiverses. What multiverse are we in? He's time traveling, all this craziness. So it was nice to have something like this. It was also refreshing to see a director go all in on the violence. If this is going to be a bad group of people, they're going to do bad things, so let's make it very graphic. I was happy to see that they were fully committed to that, to show how violent they really were and how violent Robert McCall was. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this franchise, and personally, I hope this is not the last one. Fine, maybe they do a prequel. I've heard rumors about that, or maybe continue on if Denzel wanted to, but we'll find out. Overall, I give this movie a 6.7. I enjoyed it. But the dialogue where they couldn't commit to either English or Italian or vice versa in a conversation drove me insane. Commit one way or the other. Personally, my favorite would probably be 2, but I did enjoy 3. If you're a fan of this trilogy, which one was your favorite? I would love to learn about it in the comments below. So overall, I give this movie a 6.7. It was refreshing and nice that they were committed to the violence, because this is a violent man, a group of people he's fighting against that he must defend. I love this franchise. I enjoyed it, and I hope this is not the end. Until next time, thanks for watching.
I'm taking shots of the heat. Now I can feel it in my teeth. I feel the lyrics start to seep out my veins like I bleed. Drop that bass on the beat for a minute when I spit.